afternoon. We're here for the faith outreach committee meeting led by our mayor. He's going to do the opening remarks. I just want to restate that we recognized last year we tried to just kind of got behind somewhat. We can be consistent this year. As I mentioned earlier off camera, we're going to try to do more than one meeting a month. Try to do at least two to kind of keep up with the ideas that we created as a team and then try to implement them. This particular meeting, we're talking about our citizens in need, the homeless portion, and some ideas to kind of better manage them, ensure they get what they need, and then hopefully one day get them off the streets. So, all there, and give the mic to our mayor for open comments.
First, I want to say thank you all for being such integral parts of our community and grateful that you are here to help make differences. Thank you so very much. On the other side, that I wanted to also say that we are working, well, feverishly trying to make certain that we cover areas that will be covered meaningfully for our youth and as well as our homeless. And I know within the homeless society or community, there is a lot of young people. So we're going to have to do something about making certain we do that. But again, just welcome. Thank you for being here at City Hall. I was just traveling, trying to get here. I just spoke at University of Georgia and was getting back in time enough to do this meeting. So I told them, tell them to slow it down. I'm en route. So we're glad to be present. So what we want to do is open up some dialogue today, give you opportunities to share with us some of the encounters you've had, as well as some of the things that you've suggested or have some ideas about how can we best approach and at least try to assess what's going on. And from that assessment, I know that there will be some assignments for each one of us to try to get some things done and accomplished. So I turned it over to our city manager to kind of build somewhat of a forward.
And once again, this is a team effort, so we got any thoughts to jump by there. I'm reading stats real fast, but we kind of got together. Ain't too fast. Let's do it.
Let's bow our heads. Father, we love you, praise you, and thank you for the opportunity to be present. We ask that you would help us to be the light in this world that is necessary. We realize if change is to be made and to be had, it has to be through us and by you. And we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna give you some quick stats, some feedback from some other meetings we had to kind of tie into this part as well. So and some of you might have this information already, because I know you got a question too. So the data we got from walking around, they're talking to that this homeless population, going to those areas where they're located at, and kind of engaging in some other conversations. So right now we know of at least 75 individuals that are either homeless or close to being homeless within the community. I'm sure y'all might have some greater numbers. Those that do this every day, but that's the number we have so far. And we took those numbers from talking to the population that stays in various locations. We have our individuals that stay by the bridge and Blackshear. We have the ones individuals that stay within our parks across the community. And they're kind of focusing on the downtown area by itself because it's kind of unique. These individuals stay in some of the parks, but also behind some of the buildings and within our canal systems. They have not been cut this year. And then the quick talk we've had, and it's been myself and a few other people, we're thinking maybe 20, 25 of those individuals really want help. So some conversation we're gonna have today, like we have the issue with the system being how do they keep your appointments to get off the waiting list or to get medical treatment. Of course, the shelters. We need additional shelters, or maybe we don't need additional shelters. I'm not sure how that's proceeding. The medical portion, like Chief Cox is here in the room, you can't see him off camera, but a lot of times, because of ordinances, he can't do this, he can't even help them out a lot of times. That's something we gotta look at as well. And then there's contact information. We know their families, do they have people in their lives helping out? We talk to them, jobs that to talk to them, stuff like that. And I'll touch on a point we just happened recently. This is a sad moment, and I was talking to Chief Cox about this earlier this week. We had a young lady they talk about it now, like she overdosed. She's gone, and she didn't have any family. This happened recently, and I tried to go talk to her, but she was there yesterday. Kind of showed up probably the wrong uniform. People kind of get turned off when I walk in with a towel. So we got to look at the future. But he really didn't want to talk about it too. So I think we moved her to Atlanta, like Atlanta, for the action. But kind of sad. That's part of the population that we don't have numbers on. And not to speculate too much. We believe it might have been possibly sex trafficking, maybe something like that. We're not sure. But she's more likely homeless down here, trying to survive. So trying to figure that out too. And with these numbers too, not in these numbers, also we don't know the children's. I know many of y'all work with the children's going from place to place. Um, Also, we're not sure right now about those individuals staying in our abandoned homes. That's something the city can do better at. We're going to do better at that. During our realtor meeting yesterday, and our realtor and landlord meeting yesterday, we did find out we got another problem. We got some people buying homes where people fake sale of homes. You can say it that way. And then we got the fake sale, and then you got the homeless person there. And he might have and Tom, come on, get on camera, man. So we're talking about your name. So let's see. Get a chip. That's the mayor, please. You might want to chime in on this. So, everybody recognizes we have a gang problem here. Young youth problem. We're gonna talk about that at our next meeting. Led by our police chief. But but I didn't know how serious it was yesterday. So people might buy a house on site unseen, and then come here and get the keys. Might have a homeless person sitting in there, might be gang member sitting there. Everybody be at the same time. More people got a deed. We got all kind of chaos going on, and we're calling the police to come figure that out. They can't figure it out on the spot, right? So it's almost impossible to figure that out. So it just add to an already complex problem. And well, that's the kind of data we have. Things we've done so far, as y'all know, during these cold months, open up the police, the courtroom and the police. We also opened up the auditorium meetings, a large portion of people. We haven't had anything like come here really. We try to get around. Myself and some of the other directors and what's police chief and the fire chief. If we see somebody who's out here walking around through those cold months or at nighttime, we try to call some of y'all. We call directly at night saying, "Can you help us out?" But beyond that, that's all we've been able to do so far. Like I said, I've been here a year. The mayor has kind of gave me some guidance. We didn't want to tackle this problem this year, and we recognize we won't ever be able to totally fix it. What we're trying to figure out right now, we those 25 individuals that we know of, and y'all might know more of, just put some type of system in place and kind of just address it. And like I said, from the city's point of view, we owe more on the abandoned homes to keep those things locked up and secure. We're gonna work on that. And then some of the areas that's not been maintained, like the canals, was got the tree system in there, which is hard for us to cut down. We're gonna try to get rid of those too. And a few other areas with private business owners like behind Lowe's and Walmart, we're gonna talk to them about maybe possibly doing some more too. And I'm gonna stop there and see if Richie want to say anything this time.
Well, as far as the homeless situation, and you spoke about addressing some of the ordinances. One of the things that we run into is that a lot of people that we encounter to a large degree of the mental health house. And we're literally, it limits our ability the way state law is written up right now. It says you have to commit a penal offense before we can try to assist or somebody who's going to get a mental health support. And so, and a lot of times this is how we operate. We don't want to take nobody to jail where there's fear of mental health issues going on. It's not the right place for them. That's not where they're necessarily going to get help. But one thing we have to have things that it has to be a crime that's been committed. And usually what we'll do at that point, then, we can take them to a mental health referral. And what we end up doing is never pressing charges. They committed the offense, but we don't take up no further action against them. So, and that's, one of the things that I've mentioned in the past, if we can strengthen up some of our ordinances real quick, or in the near future, to even in the parks, say right now, it's illegal to be in the parks from 11:05 in the morning, from 11:05 and 5. There's a curfew for parks. So for somebody in the park during that time frame, you're not committing crimes. All right. And so if there's a mental health issue there, we can actually take them in that time frame and get them in. But any time outside of that, there's no crime being committed. And like I say, our intention is not to put charges or make charges. Our intention is to give us the tools so we can get that mental health referral so we can get them the help they need. And back to the mental health issue with again, also if you encounter people with mental health or medical conditions, if you get pushed into a corner where you have no other choice but to make an arrest to try to fix the issue. If you're in a situation where the jail doesn't necessarily accept state law, if they're in, they have some sort of medical condition, they can turn them right away. And so, but hopefully if we can get some of these ordinances addressed, primarily the curfew, and look at something, there's a difference between somebody hanging out in the park and somebody making an encampment in the park. And if you have an encampment in the park, that's going to breed more people to, and so, but I think that's, like I said, that's on the agenda in the very near future for addressing those ordinances.
Yeah, I know y'all probably with us driving over here on Tay Avenue. This kind of it's expanding over there. Generally, they stay there pretty much all the time. We started with 1, 2, then we have 4 now. Kind of come over there and sleep there at night. So I fully recognize business owners' concern. That's why we're trying to figure out something too. I know it's been a myth, when I say a myth, there's been an opinion out there that you start doing something to attract more homeless people. I can't see that, but everybody has their own opinion. Just want to do something. Informal form, you do something just to kind of, help them. I think a little bit of help, like I said, out of 25, and these are more business, the 25 that's out here. Just getting them on their appointments, get them off the waiting list, get them to their housing that they are authorized to receive. I think that'll fix the problem right there as far as just the visualization of I hear maybe calling the problem or something, but it's hard because I don't know if we got anybody who deals with them and Social Security stuff. One thing is that appointment, that's like another 90 days, and some of them have cell phones, some of them don't. We're just gonna try to talk about ideas and how to keep up with them and just help them. If we do the appointment dates, man, walk right over and tell them, hey, you got an appointment tomorrow. I mean, anybody can do that, but sometimes we don't know. So we're going to call to unless the mayor wants to comment on anything. We'll open it up to the floor for comments and concerns.
I think we should open it up and just allow our partners and stakeholders.
Hello, my name is Sarah. Is it working? I am on the board at Okefenokee Alliance for the Homeless, but I used to be homeless. I was homeless for almost 3 years in Brunswick. And I just want to, you're talking about the abandoned buildings and where they're camping over by the canal and doing something to remedy those issues. But when you close those options off, those people who were housing themselves there are going to be somewhere else. So they might be more around businesses and there might be more complaints from business owners. The best thing to do to remedy this solution is create a shelter. We need a shelter. And it doesn't have to be a large capacity. Maybe it is only 25 beds, but that would help so much. And at Oath, we do things like connecting them to services at the Social Security Administration and helping remind them of appointments and giving them an address to have mail sent to and things like that. We're more than happy to help with that, but we're doing it without a lot of support. I just wanted to offer my opinion and perspective from somebody who has actually experienced homelessness. It's really hard to have anywhere to belong. So if you could keep in mind as you're closing the buildings and clearing out the canal, those people need somewhere to be. That's all. Thank you for listening.
You got to say to everybody, we not bring up the abandoned house. We don't a lot right now. We can't talk about some of the investigations, but those abandoned houses have a lot of other things too. And I didn't realize all the scams going on with realtors and stuff. And then like, these are people just walking up on situations, and uh unfortunately of the second and third order effects, but I think it's something we got to be honest, transparent about it. Canals, down by the bridge, that's different. But these houses, especially you got Georgia being out there and everything, and children playing around. So we gotta look at the totality of the whole city. So before we recognize your concern and your opinion about it. So we want to talk about the house, just some stuff we did with can you watch that? Some of the houses, some of the abandoned houses stuff. Well, yeah, I'll say this. Like I told the Rich yesterday, if you the scale and scope of that problem, just make a point with our police chief and come up and talk to them one-on-one. That way you better understand the situation. I can speak on it too in my office. I really want people to understand, it is a growing problem. We got to figure this out too. Especially with, in the next couple of years, we have all this growth coming in here. You try to get rid of some songs, not get rid of them, get them built up so people can buy them. So, but the goal is not to push people out away, to get them help. But in cases where it's a safety issue for a lot of other people involved, we got to be mindful.
But Ms. Rager, I will put this, out there, if somebody does have a rental home or something like that in the community that it's not being occupied, something like that, they can always reach out to the Wake Forest Police Department. And they can assign a criminal intent prosecute form with us in particular to that residence. And it puts us in a position if we do encounter somebody there and we charge that, for that individual if so need be. But a lot of these places without much specific amount of information, but if you got a vacant house, you got something, and it's not being used, people will find a reason whether it is for shelter or whether it is for setting up a place that sells drugs during the nighttime or during the daytime or whatever the scenario it may be. This is a question. How involved is the city?
How involved is the church? I believe that we have a contingent of churches that have already begun working together. We have something called Wanted, which involves all of the churches, and it gives the opportunity for individuals to go out into the community and talk to, I'm sure they're witnessing and sharing with the people in the community. And they're picking up people, and they're taking them to their services. But when they get back where they're located, they go back to some of the similar behavior. There has been, and there are some now. Or, did you want to say something?
I think it's transparency. I say that probably, of course, everybody starts off and what's the right thing. I think just my first year here, had some good things and kind of fell back. Everybody kind of separated here. I think right now there's no way an individual definitely can do it by themselves. I went to Sweetwater. It's good too. They had 5 beds over there. We had a good conversation. It was misinformation that they got put out. Wrong information. We're good now. But only 5 beds there. One thing, everybody needs funding. But I don't think the effort is connected. If we went to churches, I would say this, just lesson learned from last year. If you don't have a good relationship with that pastor, I don't think about news coming to you. Now, the ones that y'all was raised with, and y'all have a connection to, I think they will come talk to you. I think they do. I know they're afraid of police sometimes. They're afraid of police sometimes. And we don't have enough female officers sometime at nighttime to assist, especially our female population is kind of walking on homes. You know, they definitely run things that time. So it needs to be some kind of synchronization. You know, and this year we really put it on paper and figure out what it is. Like we call on Tuesday, we call on Wednesday. And I'm gonna stop there for talking too much this man.
I just can.
Yeah, I got the microphone. I'm an action type person. We have 2 houses available in Macedonia right now, right across the street on Folk Street, that can be made available. So whatever we need to do to help and get the community involved in that process, we're willing to do so. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to make sure we do something.
We may not be able to do that. Right. We may- Yeah. Yes. We may be able to do- I can- Yeah. They have to- Yes.
We were in Atlanta. We visited a house that Pastor Slaughter has done. It is an excellent example of what we want to create for Waycross with those 2 houses. Showers available, computers available, recliners available for rest time, where people can come in and shower and be able to have a safe haven. So we're about to embark upon that. Anybody who would like to be a part of that coalition that we can create to help make it happen, we're willing to do so. We're going to need the support of the community, but we've been talking about it a long time. We need to make sure something happens. We're ready to activate. We're gonna need work with the houses, so we may set up some days in which people can come and assist us in cleaning them out and getting them ready. Talk with the ordinance people to get all of that taken care of. Make sure everything's in order. I think you were coming by today for we're doing the homeless. We're feeding the homeless today from 4:30 to 6:30. If I can show you those houses, Mr. City Manager, we can look to see what we can get done. But they're still on the streets every night, and we need to make sure we do something rather than me. Thank you, Pastor Simmons, and others who can come around and help us coordinate the effort. We'll be glad to do so.
I'm Nikki Spivey with the Okefenokee Alliance for the Homeless. I just wanted uh, to say that we have several small projects that we do right throughout the week. We're able to we feed about 35 homeless people every day from our office. What we are not able to do is provide like temporary shelter, right? So we're able to transport them to appointments. We're able to sign them up with the McKinney Clinic or Unison. We have a counselor in our office once a week. So if they just want counseling services, they are welcome to sign up for those. All of this is at no cost to the person. And how we feed people every day, and this is in response to is it Pastor Simmons? Okay. So in response to what Pastor Simmons was asking, what can we do? Ideas like this are phenomenal, but we can also just do the small things. We at our office need community support. We need church support. And if that just means you may have a group of little ladies that do your benevolence dinners, right? Maybe once a month or once a week, they could cook a meal for Oath. So at least we're meeting the basic needs of the people. And we would love to be a part of any project that we're at 115 Albany Avenue. We're right around the corner now. And we're there Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5. We are building a volunteer base. So we do have community volunteers who come in and answer phones and help people with different tasks. So we would absolutely love any community or church involvement with what we're already doing. We certainly didn't want to reinvent the wheel. Oath has been around as an organization firmly since 2019. And so we are trying to feed them, clothe them, house them, provide jobs for them. We work with the Goodwill services over there. We send everybody over there to Miss Champagne to help build a resume, to help find a job. If you don't have a job and jobs are way out in Industrial Park, we can provide transportation for the first couple of weeks that they're going to work with the hopes that within those 2 weeks, they'll meet somebody who lives in their area or something. They can catch a ride or whatever. So we do everything we possibly can within the very few handful of people that are working with us. But we absolutely need churches and communities and businesses to all come together to address this problem. So just like you guys are feeding over there, we would love to know that, because anytime churches are feeding or any organizations feeding, we put up flyers in our office so we let them know where to go. And if the people who are experiencing homelessness, if they see that we are all working together and we are all talking to each other, they won't go to you for that check, and then they won't go to him for that same check, and then come to me for that same check. And collectively, we can all be on the same page and work together to address the problem. But we would love to be involved in any projects that you all have that are going on. If you'll just let us know. I apologize, I do not have business cards on me today, but I will be glad to give you my contact information.
Let me jump in right here. We've been doing these collaboratives for some time. And I think about the network that took place when we had Mission on the Corner. We had tendencies of individuals coming to each one of the groups because we were all a network. So what we tried to do is make sure once the person has been served by one group, the other group has information and knows that, so that it won't be a reduplication or a mishandling of the services that are being provided.
So we use a program called Charity Track. Is it Charity Track or Charity Tracker? So we use a program called Charity Tracker. And when we first started using this program, it's an online based database collection. So basically, if our organization and every organization, every local church or whatever use that same software, then we can all see what somebody else has done for that client. And we went in the beginning of using Charity Tracker, we went to several of the places that have benevolence funds and encouraged them to jump on board. I think it costs like $25 a month or something like that. It's very minimal fee, but that allows us to digitally all keep those clients in one database so everybody knows what everybody else is doing for them.
That's very good. And thankfully, that's been done. I know we did something similar time back. Another piece is that I know that certain churches are providing ways for people to just walk up without any question or anything, just go pick up food. I know Grace is doing that. You can go up and just get what you need. Feed My Children is another program that is out there. Feed My Sheep is another program, I think, if I'm not mistaken, First United Methodist is. So there's several programs that are already available in the community, but until such time as they network or put these things together, and that's what this collaborative is about, making certain everyone knows what is available and knowing who's providing what. And as was stated by our city manager, there may be a need for us to make sure that we interact and connect, and having such a program that you could all have at the same time, it would be helpful to everyone networking and knowing what's going on. Not only by way of having spoken to the person, but also you can see a vision. So,
We recommended this 15 years ago. If we could get each church in this community to give $100 a month, we'll have $75,000 a month. But because there are a million churches here, and I can't understand how out of Matthew 25, 31, 46, we got anybody homeless. Because if we're following the mission mandate, it should be taking place. But has to be what Pastor Simmons says. There has to be a coordinated effort, and we're willing to work with. I didn't even know this organization that this young lady is talking about existed. We'll be glad to work with you to help make sure that our entire community. We actually had something called Manna Ministries, that if each church would take a day every 2 weeks to provide a meal, then everyone who is homeless in Waycross will have a hot meal every day. And then we can address systematically, collectively, how we can address the problems at night. We're willing to work with your organization. We're willing to help make things happen. But only thing I say is, let's just do it. This doesn't need to be about another month. Let's just do it.
Never thought of X. That's crazy. So next month is volunteer month for the country, the nation, and we got some events going on. We haven't put it out yet. We're trying to figure this out for the city. But one thing I will put on the schedule, go to home, man, check with our code department. But we got a couple.
Don't come to the demo, all right?
No.
We had that happen when we were doing something for Katrina. We brought 4 families here, made houses available, and the present community development director said, "Can't we use your building down there on 605 Elizabeth Street?" I said, "Yes, we use it as a." So she went out and condemned it, turned all the lights off, it was water business. I don't need that kind of interaction.
No.
We need positive interaction.
Yeah, so let me stand on my word again. So that could be yesterday, like I said, I do some new things this year and try to work as much as you can with the citizens, improving infrastructure, unless it's a huge safety risk. That's the only time like can't do. Everything else, cause like I'm gonna get off topic, but you all know we got some growth coming. We're way behind now on housing. Every day I was telling Mr. Simmons off camera, our young population will be higher, they can't get homes here. They don't want to buy houses. And they overqualified for the apartments here. So they go to Blackshear. And for me, no one sound needy here, but them sales taxes and property tax, all that stuff add up, even one person. And with the potential coming in, and I'm gonna say this too, speak on behalf of the commission and the mayor's here right now. Everybody wants growth. They want to, they want ideas. So somebody's gonna figure that out. You know what's coming down the road, down the pipe a couple of years, we're gonna be prepared. I recognize we're not prepared right now, but we're working that issue. And you see downtown, we finally got in contact with some of those business owners who bought those properties that's been sitting there. So we're gonna see some changes. So, but with the volunteer thing, like we got some areas we already kind of identified, and we're gonna piggyback off of the police chief, Chief Cox, his initiative to put it up the city. And we're gonna some dates gonna come out, and you're gonna see like District 1 and all gonna be in April, starting on the 29th of this month. We'll come in that area and we'll start at the park. We're gonna branch our way out, clean up everything. Just walk by y'all, stuff like pick up stuff like that. And then do the park stuff like that. So one thing we can do is do those 2 homes you mentioned. The other homes I have out there, like we're looking at 2 repurposing homes. I know we got another house that I saw when I first got here last year. We're gonna kind of look at it again too. And see what the city can do financially to support that area. So I got it. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and commit the city right now. But not commit. And volunteer the city. So on Fridays, somebody from the city will come down and help out down there. So just feeding or whatever, cleaning, or whatever we're gonna do, it'll be somebody. So if you mean one, it'll be me. I commit myself over and commit nobody there. But I do got some city people in right now. Maybe they'll jump on here and commit too. That'll be forcing me. So if they want to. Yeah, so we're gonna do our part better. And then like I said, the stuff that we're responsible for, we definitely gonna jump on and do our part. So and I wrote down the idea of that database. That's another thing we talk about with the city, because our system are old. That's a great thing. But we can talk to each other. Not us, but that's a great way y'all can talk to each other and see all that in real time. That'll increase a lot of problem. And maybe if I'm understanding right, I know it's some hidden stuff in there, but if I'm out here walking around, I knew this gentleman had an appointment there. I know it's probably too far stretch. I'm walking here right now. How can I take the appointment? I mean, that's way down the road. But if at that point, that would be great. I talked to my little good car wash, my little same route. We talk every morning, so it would be great to know them more on a personal level, what it really help them done. Sometimes I said 25, but I'm sure it's more because they don't know me. So definitely they don't want no help on me. Because I'm walk up one day, especially on the grid down there. Just kind of, as I came in the wrong uniform, and then kind of was a real tense moment down there. So I'm gonna try to go back just to hopefully get that straight. I say the grid because I'm putting some message. Y'all do know a lot of the young men, I'm saying young men, that get out of prison, there's no halfway house here. So they can't go anywhere either. So can't stay in affordable housing or low income housing. So if they don't have a family here with a house, they're front with cost, they really got nowhere to go either. So they're already fearful of us. And so, they definitely didn't say anything now. But I already kind of knew who they were, just, talking with people I talked to. So that's another problem. But, I think building that relationship make them kind of come get some help too. Versus a lot of time frame is because they can get you back in jail, they don't have like a job in a certain amount of time frame. That's
I'm
another,
both for who are convicted felons just getting out of prison just because.
yeah, so that's another problem, you know, you gotta do. All right, that was a great conversation. Anybody else? Like these? Yeah.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Deborah Main. I'm the social worker at the VA in Waycross. Thank you, Oath. I know y'all have worked with several of our veterans and we appreciate that. Understanding that everybody has limited resources. If you all encounter a veteran who is homeless, whether or not they are getting service at our clinic, it is irrelevant. They can contact, or anyone can contact the National Call Center for Homeless Veterans. It can be the veteran, a friend, a family member, local, state, national community partners. Anybody can call on behalf of the veteran. And that phone number is 877-4-AID-VET. That breaks down to 877-424-3838. Someone is available for that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Also, we've got here locally, I've got some housing outreach coordinators from our big three, we call them Gainesville, Lake City, or Jax, and they will come to Waycross to meet with a veteran. So please know that we're there and available. If there is a veteran who wants to enroll in care at the local VA, y'all can please contact our clinic, talk with me, and I'll be glad to set that up.
In addition to the housing outreach coordinator and the hotline, I'm sure you all work closely with 91. Are you familiar with their?
Yes, very familiar with time work, if they have some funding available to work with our veterans. So that's one of the things that they could do to first.
Perfect. Yeah, we refer a lot to them. Yeah, so we don't need to do both, right? If we refer to 91, so we don't need the hotline, they can just do one or the other. That what you would recommend?
Chooses are real good, that they're gonna have some other needs that we might be able to meet. So they'll kind of get a more of a comprehensive assessment going through the homeless hotline. And of course, an assessment with me. Always.
Okay,
If
perfect.
they're getting very expensive, I can talk to you.
Thank you.
I'll just add something. From Oath had a board meeting yesterday, and one of our board members is the homeless liaison for the school district. And she told us that right now we have 347 students enrolled as McKinney Bennett, which means they are qualified as homeless and to receive services. Her comment, though, was that she felt there were probably another 300 or 400 that we don't know about. So I think that's just something for the kids we always need to keep in mind.
They probably not gonna broadcast that movie, but because of those kids, we don't grab them like real quickly, and somebody's gonna grab them. I mean, it's a hard fight. And I just say you give for anybody, feel anybody, once they're 18, down that road is very difficult. You know, right there. Cock got some ideas, I got some ideas, you know, we were doing, we're still doing like the basketball mentorship program. And I say even with that, a lot of them don't work. You know, I laugh about it, really, but I never really crossed my mind what you do in the daytime, you know, who wants to live with. You know, and let's just stay on the parents, so much the parents do. Yeah, jobs so important. And I made that statement a few times about, hey, wait till 2026, jobs, but many cases it's gonna be too late, you know, so I quit saying that. But yeah, we did talk about the kids, like, so we don't know the total number, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a lot of kids out there that really don't know about. So that's another issue that kind of really gets you. I keep it going, but I'm gonna be too quiet. You're the best. Be a vet myself. Asking everybody watching, listen, the vet is not gonna call. And that's the problem with the army, speaking from an army soldier, I've worked in the Pentagon the last 4 or 5 years of my career, and kind of been integrated with the VA system, doing major overhauls. Actually want to commercialize that program and move a lot of the army oversight, because I never thought that looking back then and now here now, the picture is totally different. I felt like, especially my last 5 years army, we do everything, all these services. One minute, look at it, you just call off the cell phone and then get out of here. And now I don't have a full check no more. It's a lot different. So I will say, if you know a veteran, not make veterans any more important than anybody else, but they're gonna be probably the first person not to ask for help. And definitely gonna call nobody asking for help. So that'd be very appreciated if somebody just call for them, and still might be no stubborn, not want help even then, but a lot of times, and I hate to say this, but those who want probably facing more mental challenges, and stress, and like I say, it's not big people in the place where the corporation can't really see it. We know it's there, but can't see it. And people don't call in and don't use programs, you definitely can't see it. So that means it is up cuts. And the last 3 years of my military career, I was part of that too. And like it's easier to cut something with no data behind it or no face in front of it, so I know we got a lot of soldiers here I talk to now, so we definitely need to help them help themselves sometimes. They got families too here a lot of times. It's something because they suffers. And so I put it out there, like I said, with no soldiers, especially more for anybody else. Same, just want to say that might be the hardest people to get through anything, at this stage in their life.
Well, and I will say that if a veteran is, even if they're not getting care at our clinic, if you know of a homeless veteran, you have some concerns, you maybe kind of wonder, I'm happy to talk to anybody who calls me on the phone. I'm happy to give some general information about what services might be available. So please don't let anything keep you from calling me to get more information. I'm happy to talk to you. And also, there's Veterans Justice Outreach that can help with folks that have encountered the legal system and need some assistance there. So, but again, if I don't talk to folks, I don't know what the needs are. I can't help if I don't know. So please reach out.
And I talked to a few veterans this morning, hopefully we're watching it. I told my team, hopefully I really want to come out and come in easy thing. Talk to people on Facebook all the time, so I just kind of talk before. So hopefully I'll reach out at some point in time.
They can call me on the phone anytime they like if you're at the clinic, which phone number is 912 279 4400. And again, my name is Deborah Main, and I'm the social worker.
Ms. Matt, did you put your number out there too? Or the old, not your number, but okay.
The Okefenokee Alliance for the Homeless, our business line is 912-816-4399.
Difficult.
Well, while you're thinking, go ahead and get your mic.
I just wanted to say again, from the perspective of someone who has been homeless, thank you very much for coming together and involving the community in this and trying to figure out how to work it out, because when you are homeless, you literally have nowhere to belong. You are scared of people in ties and uniforms. It's scary. You're ashamed of yourself. You're ashamed of your situation in life. And even if some people seem like they don't want help, they still need help. They might just be scared to approach you or even accept your offer. So even in the cases where it seems hopeless or helpless, it's still important, because I literally could have lost my life if it wasn't for someone reaching out to help me, even when I didn't think I wanted help. So just thank you very much for taking the time to do this and pull the community like this. I appreciate it.
I think it's important, not to say, pulling our resources together and having one organ,
not one organization, but one effort, even with the short time of our woman shelter. And up in the courtroom and all that, just for the mere fact that people knew that we were doing that. We have people coming by donating blankets, bringing food down, bringing, toothbrush, keychains, that sort of thing. Because that was the primary. And even today, I mean, even this day for years, we've got 2 or 3 in our community that the WPB lobby is their hangout every night. And we take some coffee and, do all that stuff, making something. It's like, people want to help. And like I said, that's just from our experience. People found out that the city was offering a spot, just going up at night. We had big trucks running up the plants. A good community.
I have one question for Chief Cox. Is that correct? All right. So when we have clients come into our office that do not have a place to be, like right now, I have 35, 38 clients on housing waiting lists. And we all know that can take up months, 8 to 12 months to get into. So in the meantime, the question becomes, we do offer people tents if they know somebody where they can put a tent or stay in a yard or whatever. A lot of people know people who will allow them to do that. A lot of them do not know. What is your suggestion to solving the problem, since we do not have a shelter right now, and in the immediate future, it doesn't look like we're going to have one, because those things take time, simply. What would be your suggestion if a client is asking me, hey, I don't have any place to go and I need a tent? They always ask me, well, where can I put it? And I don't know the answer to tell them where legally they could camp for the night and be gone in the morning. Or what would you suggest we tell those folks?
So I got a call earlier today about somebody who had a set up at a certain location in a wooded area. Yeah. Wasn't a whole lot we could do with it. Go there and people do not live in existence or anything like that. The only thing I can say to that is the citizens let us know what's fulfilled. So if somebody does go and set up somewhere, it becomes important to us when people in the community say, this is my problem. Here, so it's really hard. I can't direct you to the public property, not necessarily. Because we already have that issue in public property. Can under law direct me to private property because I don't have that authority. And so I don't have a good answer.
So I get you. You got kept over me. Yeah. I think I haven't heard hold these out, but I think the commission. I know somebody said something yesterday about people not caring. I really feel like the commission be caring. It's a lot of factors for every decision being made. A lot of that comes down to liability. Somebody's get hurt somewhere, and then he said some open, and he be responsible for it. And that's, we don't want to do that because it's so you got a lot of responsibilities right now, financially. So it might seem like you're cold hearted sometimes, but that's not the main, that's not the reason. A lot of times, like some of our commissioners been doing this for a while, so they got a lot of history on like, what happened last time. This is what happened. They kind of lead from that process. So to do that again, is exactly what happened is what happened last time. So I do think something out with it, when we talked about this last meeting, just looking at probably different, just looking at a little more different, and that has to take time to get past and past decisions. Back to nobody purposely goes out messing with anybody with the tips, and you really don't have time. So when it's private property, have to, like you got to say, so you have to go out there sometimes. That I get the call or some other directors just talk to the person, hey, you can't be here, and it's a quick move, and sometimes but so no real answer. But I do want to just make sure everybody understands this. Nobody's trying to be difficult about it. Like, don't be crazy and make them move and push them out across the city in the black sheets. That's not what's going on. you're fully aware of people's circumstances. Like I said, we never really sat down and analyzed how to fix, it, especially like the ones that got out of jail. I still haven't figured that out yet. Because I know I talked to probation officer, you know, Carl Albany. But Albany got the same thing going on. Call Atlanta. I'm gonna get to Atlanta. I know Atlanta got the same thing going on, but so it's like it's just a revolving door nose. And so then those individuals, you know, they're back in jail. But I think you got to establish a register, you know, and the address. So that is something we need to do some data collection on. And like I'm saying, I'm looking at other cities. I don't think nobody got the right answer. I mean, right now. And because I was telling some of our workforce at a meeting we recently had about inflation, how it's driving everything right now. It was driving people to. I do got to be concerned about my family right now. It's the bread and the eggs cost triple, and I ain't got time to worry about your situation. Although it's unfortunate. So yeah, it's difficult. So I think y'all said it here a couple times. Just do what we can do. You know, that's all we can do probably right now. I mean, that's like the joint collaboration, communication. We probably could schedule some stuff, some days at East, you know, East community or outreach community that does something. Like, so we're gonna commit, you know, somebody from the city. Right now, I think it's 3 of us in here who just committed Fridays. With 1, 2. Can't ask the mayor, but you know, so the other 3 of us, we're gonna get down and do something. And like I say, we'll your house thing is on the 6th. Around the world, but we'll be honest. And let me close. Like I say, the commission is they do care. You know, like I said, nobody takes that job for the pay or be mayor, takes that job for the money you get paid. You know, because I don't know why people think it's just outside of me, like a high paying type thing, and they just, you know, what you get in return sometimes. I mean, I get a lot of love a lot of times, you know, appreciation, and sometimes you don't some days. So you gotta pick your days when to sit there and listen to it. But so nobody goes in with attitude. You know, I think everybody comes in with I'm trying to come in and better the city. And I think the commission, they really feel that way. Might not always come up that way, but they really feel that way. Y'all see the mayor try to keep us focused. A lot of meetings sometimes we get, you know, going down some of our rabbit holes because those rabbit holes are out of all concern, trying to devil's advocate on the view, get everything straight before the decision gets made, especially if it's got a financial, you know, cost. So, like I said, the reason they can't be in these types of settings is because we got rules that, you know, and if one was to come all the time, that would look a certain kind of way too. So I meant to say that yesterday at our meeting. That's why you don't see the commissioners that, you know, they come all 5. It's a meeting now. You know, that's now we got the other way you got to go and stuff. So now they don't want to be here. It's just they can't be in some situations. They do care. That's why they see out, you know, chief police, Mr. Simmons, our business integrated director, you know, mayors, everything, you know, all the events. So we try to listen and take back stuff to the commission for decision. I did that to cover the last 2 minutes to make a point. You know, I think I do. So did anybody else like go turn back on the mayor before the comments came back to say anything? I put this page on the spot. Okay.
I know we've mentioned, my name's Ken Taft, by the way, for those who don't know me, and I'm the chairperson of the Okefenokee Alliance for the Homeless. And we've had several of our folks, board members, speak up today. We are here to try to directly solve this particular problem we're focusing on today. So I just wanted to share with everyone that you can go to our website at www.oath, and that's OATH, the letter N, SEGA.org, and you can get lots more information about what we do and how we help. If you'll send us an email, our email address is going to be on that website that I just put out for you. That'll go to Nikki, our director, and she will get in touch with you. I think that there are lots of people in this room and lots of people maybe hopefully online listening to this who have other ideas and ways that they can help. They just need some coordination, right, to to help get their information out there, and we can be part of that solution, right? We can publicize it to our clients who are the ones who are needing the services. And we can work with you as a partner in the community to help solve this problem, because it is a multifaceted problem that requires a lot of hands from a lot of different people. So I appreciate everyone being here and their contribution today.
Just to make another brief point. So what's the appetite for move is to another location so everybody can kind of see, visualize, and not have to keep it here. But the next one, maybe go you can do twice a month. So maybe here to make sure everybody's it's consistent point. And the next time we leave, maybe I don't know. We might think that would be an idea. And just meet there and then we can kind of do some real walking and talking. Or we meet and we do all so it's already in the month. Probably squeeze in earlier in the month and then do this last part. Maybe we say maybe next time, April, we just did one of the feed days. We just meet there. And we go from we do the meeting and our meeting just we'll talk session and then just go right and the feed everybody throw my ideas and everybody smoke people out. I'm sure some people made some comments right now that I can't see. And then gotta do that good plan for that. We can meet down there next meeting. Right. And then we'll send out a whole date today. We'll try to keep it with Thursday, but Thursday be the day that we try to keep the session on, so we'll know at least some Thursday. We kind of do it that way. And with that, I'll pass it over to our owner mayor for the closing remark.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager, and to each of you who's come to this meeting, thank you again, because your points of view and your voices are very much needed in solving and settling, and in some cases, just presenting the problem. And now it's a matter of putting the solution together, and I believe we're doing that. We're going in the right direction. And I know the question asked of me was regarding what are the churches doing? And generally, we have these meetings and have been trying to have these meetings since I've been in office. And that's to gather, corral, and glean information from all the entities that are here. Everyone has an idea. Now it's a matter of taking that and putting it through the funnel and then seeing what comes out on the other end of that and see how we can do it well. But I really appreciate everyone and just remind you that we're getting ready to go, and we are in the Lenten season, so we're getting ready to think about one who said himself, birds have nests and the fox have holes, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. Christ, and we think of the people who are like Christ was. We need to look out for them. And so our goal is to make sure that as a collective body, we come together and make things happen. Thank you so very much for being present. If you don't mind, I'm going to close your prayer and then I'm going to release you. Father, we love you, praise you, and thank you for just this day, this opportunity to gather together. Thank you for the voices, the presence of those who are here that serve as gifts to us, to know how to handle situations we do not know, but you do. And we know that you are able to pour through us, and we're able to take that information you give us and utilize it to better this community and ultimately the world. We thank you and we praise you. It is in Christ Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you.
Can I have everybody's email address? Did you get email? You didn't get an email from it, right? Your name down.
Yeah. You know what? He doesn't voice out. And what this I'm not even around that. But it's usually yes, I know that I'm not pregnant. They say, well, I don't know if we're drinking scenario. You have to hide what I'm drinking. Well, listen, I'm going to go against yeah, and I didn't try that. You know, even for those of you who yes, I know. I'm going to quit. I've been in the streets since I was 50.
Make right